happening, everyone? Happy Thursday night. Airbrush Down and Dirty Tricks, 8 p.m. Ready to rock and roll. Let's see who we got in the house. I am flying solo tonight. Kaylee is feeling under the weather. She is not feeling good. I had to keep her out of school today. Sore throat. Night before, she did an all-nighter studying for a test, so I think she kind of wore herself out. So I'm running solo, so I'll do the best I can to get through all the comments from everyone. So with that being said, before I look at comments, I have hit record. I am on air. It seems like I have sound. And I'm going to check everything out here and then see who we got in the house. Let's see here. I've been watching who we got in here. Pay no attention, man. Behind the curtain. Carl. Don't forget to like. Thank you, Jesse. Michael Jarvis. Motorhead Mike. How's it going? Hello, Fingerprint Customs. Calvin. Shine. Carl. Becker. Cody. Spirit Air Custom. Thank you for popping in. Dave the Bug. Gregory. Things are going good, man. Things are going good. Let's see what we got. Yeah, she's not feeling good, Calvin. Thanks. So, who do we got over on the Facebook? We got Tony Arsenal in the house. How you doing, sir? Thank you for popping in from Canada. And we got 30 of you in the house already. That's awesome. Thank you all for popping in. Thank you all for this week. I put up the post. I was 2 people away from 8,000 subscribers, and we blew that out. So we're like 8,040 or 50 subscribers. So thank you for subscribing. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe. Hit notifications, because what that does is when I go live, you get notification. Real simple. It just helps me out. It helps the channel out and grow. The more this grows, the more content I can do. Like I said, I've been saying it for weeks. I have a lot planned for this year. I have a membership option that's going to come in. I'm going to do a bunch of different tiers for you guys. Not too crazy, but just a few things to make it a little bit more fun and get a little more interested. Like I said, the more I can do this, the better I get. My face is a little dark on this side. Well, this side actually, because that damn light popped and it just stopped working tonight. So I don't know what the hell happened. So it is what it is. Let me bring up the next camera here and show you what we got going on. This is what we're doing tonight. Well, this is not what we're doing tonight. This I want to show you. This was the finish from last week. This is what we ended up doing. This was the Mammoth. And I finished it up. So basically all I did from the time you guys saw it last is I masked this out with some fine line tape and transfer tape just to really, I wanted the tusks to really have a nice crisp edge so they really felt like they were popping forward. Let me see if I can do, yeah, there you go. So I just want to get that pop forward like they were popping out of the frame underneath and coming up. And then I did a bunch of little extra detail here and stuff like that. So it's all good. So this one's ready to go. This is Gary Shee's got this. And going to a very good home. So continuing on with this theme. Yes, I did hit the record button. Thank you, sir. Continuing with this theme, because we ended up getting on the Ice Age comments the other night, last week. Hey, Alan, thanks for coming from Arizona. We got a few guys from Arizona in the house. We turned this into like an Ice Age, so this is Manny. You know, we're going to title this piece Manny. And so that led to, well, if we're doing Manny from Ice Age, we got to do the Saber Tooth. And then we have to do Scrat, which was the squirrel. And we have to do the sloth. So I think that's going to fill the next couple weeks. Or I'll spread it out. So Sabertooth was the next fix that I wanted to do. So this is going away. This is going to get cleared. And it looks bitchin'. I think I'm going to do a couple limited prints of this too. Because my daughter really wants this one. So I think I'm going to make a print, at least a couple prints of this as well. So it's cool. It worked out great. So this is what we're doing tonight, children. Who's tipping me? Dave the Bug. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Let's give that a big round of applause. Yay! Yes, I have annoying sound effects now. Like that. And like stupid noises. We got crowds. That's for you, Dave. Yeah. Okay. Finally managed to get your live feed. Thank you for popping it out to Pete. I can stand. What's up, everyone? Awesome. Wife wants to watch Willow. I'll be back in an hour. Yeah, I've been watching. I gotta watch the last few episodes. Who we got on Facebook here? We got Carol. We got Alan. We got Larry. Hey, Joe Mason. How you doing, man? Jeff Cronin. How you doing, sir? And Shane Quick. So this Vision Air is an 18 by 18. I believe they have other options as well. What did I just do? Hold on, sorry about that. I just messed up. Let's get that away. There we go. Sorry about that. The Vision Air system here is 18 by 18. They do have some other options and sizes, but they're modular. Like if you want to get a longer top rail and bottom rail, you can make a much larger easel. And he's got so many different options through Vision Air. And let's give him a nice little plug here. Dale is freaking awesome for Vision Air. He made this system up and really put together just amazing combination of stuff in my whole rig. I wish I could show you everything on this rig here, but my whole bench, a lot of it's Vision Air. And it's worked out amazingly well. I highly recommend it. It's priced very well and modular, so you can start off slow and then add to it. It's a very low upfront cost, especially for this easel. So I highly recommend it. So definitely check it out. And Dell's a great guy. He also makes Flake King. Flake King is also the other thing he makes. And a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. Let's get to the painting. So we are doing a saber-tooth. So what I did is I found some saber-tooth fossil pictures online. And actually the picture I'm using is from the Museum of Natural History in New York. So I kind of went with some of those pictures and then kind of tweaked a little bit. Obviously real skeletals don't have eyebrow frowns. And the teeth aren't always as angularly socketed and stuff. So we've tweaked it and made it a little bit my own. So we're going to start from here. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm doing a black panel. Okay, so this is a black aluminum panel. This is a Alumicore, which is it's a PVC core, 1/8 inch, with aluminum on both sides, and it's black enamel coated. And I scuffed it down with a gray Scotch-Brite, and got it all ready to rock and roll. Just put a 3/4 inch border here. What great big teeth you have. Exactly. All the better to eat you with. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I took my image and basically I cut up the silhouette. And this is how I would do it if I was doing motorcycles. Or I'd make a plotter mask. But if I'm only doing one of them, chances are I'm not going to do a plotter mask. And what I did is the back side of the paper, before I cut it, I did the same as last week, super soft pencil lead. Okay, that's just a the independent workstation is using materials. Yeah, it's $165. And telling you, for a workstation that's solid as this, as versatile as this, it's freaking cheap, man. And it's so damn light. Like I said, it's modular. You can do whatever you want to. It cleans up easy. I've gone through so many different systems over the years, and I can tell you that most of them are crap, or they're really overly priced, or they just don't do what they're supposed to do. This has been outstanding. I think I've used this easel for well over a year and a half. It still looks as good, and it cleans up great. So I can't recommend it enough. Dell's not paying me for that. I paid for this. I got a little discount, but this is not given to me. I'm not, just saying it because they gave me free shit. So, just to get that out of the way. Terrence Phillips over at Facebook. How you doing, brother? All right. So, I want to make sure this is squared up. So, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make sure he's in place, just so I know. And then I'm going to use these Dewey Dave. Oh, no, these guys won't go through this material. Where am I big? I have some really super high-powered magnets that'll go through. Dewey Dave ones almost go through the aluminum, but not quite. So I got to use these guys. The nice thing about these panels, they're just thin enough where they will magnetize through and hold in place. Okay, Big Squatch, 100% agree. I've talked to Dell about it. His instructions are horrible. They're about as good as an IKEA instruction, and maybe that's giving it too much credit. But he's working on it. He's one dude. He does have some videos online, so that's an improvement on how to build some of them. I will say, once you build a couple components, everything kind of makes sense. It's pretty easy. But I agree with you. First time, I think I called him up, like, Dell, like, we need to improve your instructions. And he said, I know. So he's aware, but it's awesome anyway. He's awesome, so we'll give him that. All right, so basically what I just did is I wanted to come in, obviously, where the tape is. James Collier from Oz, welcome. So I just cut out the tape here, just like the Mammoth. I like things coming in out of the border, and this is one of the things I learned from LaValle. And with that being said, this kind of the Thursday night was always LaValle's night. We don't talk about him often on the feed as much as we probably should. Open mic night was always Thursday nights, and no one dared, especially me, because we were close, did a feed on Mike's night. And then after Mike's passing, we kind of let it go for a while, and then I kind of felt the community out, and we figured Mike wouldn't mind me taking over the Thursday nights, and it's been over 2 years now, almost 2 years, and they're still going strong. And this is growing. In 2 years, we went from no monetization for me, which was not great, but it worked out, to now we're over 8,000 followers. We've got over 725,000 views. And I just looked at the watch hours, which is really what YouTube is based around, is watch hours. And I am at, I think, 81,000 watch hours. So I can honestly say I've contributed to the debauchery of people not doing work or learning new shit, depending how you want to look at it, of 81,000 hours in the past few years. I've had the channel since 2012, but we didn't do anything with it till about 2.5 years ago. So it's been a great 2.5 years. I really want to thank everyone for helping out. And my Facebook feed dropped off. Hey, again, Facebook's shine. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Travis. That is amazing. I much appreciate it. We got to give... Wait. There you go. Thanks, Travis. Cheers. I knew those sounds would be fun, or at least they're going to start out that way. 10,000 watch hours from you. Awesome, Carl. That's what I want. That's what I want. The more watch hours, the better. Sorry, on Facebook I dumped out for a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So, like I said, what I did is here, I just cut my paper out. Got a little spit there. And really simple. I want to get a white here. So I'm using Illustration Opaque White. We're going to get, obviously, you know what we're about to do. What are we going to do? What's coming up? What do we have to do when we're doing a skull and bone texture? What do we have to do? Come on. Got to hear it. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. What are we going to do? What's the first thing we do with doing like a skull bone texture on a black panel? Yeah, anything? 3, 2, 1. No one's got it. Details, man! Details! Gotta have details! Gerald texture, there you go. Spear Customs got it. You gotta have some Gerald Mendez texture effects, damn details in the mix. So we got a couple different ones here. Dust lightly. Dust lightly as well. So we kind of do both. So what I'd like to do what I'm doing is something like this. And let me go back so you don't see my ugly ass mug. And we'll go back to the reference image, because that's much better. So, coverage. Okay, so we're going to keep this in place. I'm going to make sure we don't blow around too much. And, you know, when you plot, things don't move. When you do this, things move a little bit. So we're going to put him in just light. I want to get the edges mapped out first. Okay, so this is just illustration white, opaque. A lot of times I use gray here, but I'm not bothering. Take a drink, Matt. I could do that. Drink. And then I like to put texture in early on. And even though you might never see it, there's going to be sections through your artwork where it's going to be there, especially when you clear it. So it's always nice to put it in now. You get a lot of stuff going on for little, you know, bandwidth, let's say. And if it goes away, it goes away. Calvin Jones, holy crap. You are the man. We gotta give you, wait a minute. That's some serious stuff. Calvin, man, I will forever talk up Mr. LaValle. Mike and I became really close. He's a fellow New Englander. We didn't know each other growing up. He was a little older than me. And he was out of this area when I was coming up. But the way I've approached his live feed is very similar to his. And what he started out with. And I just want to kind of honor that and keep that going as much as I can without copying Mike. You know, it'd be easy for me to go through all Mike's stuff and just kind of copy his lesson plan and kind of do the same thing. But, you know, for those of you who really knew Mike, Mike was really sensitive about his work. And Mike really valued his originality in what he did. So, to copy Mike without giving Mike credit for me is a big sin. Personally, for me. It was something that would hurt him and he would get really upset over. So I try to respect Mike as much as I can. And give him shit at the same time because he was fun to give shit to. And for those of you who know him, know he gave as good as he got. So because this is a black panel, this is just realistically what I would do on a motorcycle. And sometimes I might just, you know, fog the background. You see a lot of guys fog the background. So I'm actually going to fog it. I'm going to let it fog with a little white. Just let the overspray kind of go. I can always cut back in with black. Steve, is that a bid for the 150? Oh, because I don't have Kaylee, I need to write this down. Holy shit. Hold, please. I need to get a money sound. I need to get a money sound for this bid. Alright, so we're going to put this, so you guys can see it. I'm going to put this here. Bids. We have... Thank you, Skip. Yeah, I mean, I know Mike loved my work and me, and loved to give me as much shit too. So I still miss a little fucking bastard. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. All right. So simple. We got the white. I said, this is illustration white. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for a background. It just might be random. Or maybe I'll do this for a texture. Don't know. Alright, so the colors I'm going with were the same as last week. What I just did, I made new colors today because I had to finish the, Manny. So take that same color, but I add a little purple into it so it's not as brown. And I have this color, Mr. Leahy, which is that brown. But you know, I think I want to purple that up a little bit as well. Let's see here, that's black. I need, again, hold please. I have a little deep purple in here. Because purple complements oranges tones really well. So you get a nice color tone. So let's see, we end up here. We got Rob Platt in the house. Joshua Wade. So I add a little purple here, so this gives me just a darker brown. I think this is the tone I'm going to go with. Alright. So let's see what works out. But before that, we're going to have to thank all our sponsors and all the brands we're using here. So guys, if you don't know what we're using obviously fisheye filters on all our brushes. And we got this little guy, which is still the best little one they've made for the airbrushes. My Waters Createx FBS and the Visionaire. Yeah, man, I love deep purple. We'll be here, man. We'll be here when you get back. Alright, so now I got the white. Now we got to get all the line art transferred over. So I already took the soft pencil. Now if this is too much, you can... Let me do this. And I don't want to get it all over the place. Yeah, 60-70 of you guys watching. Thank you very much. So if the pencil's too much, don't be afraid to just kind of burnish it a little bit and kind of smooth it out. Like I said, this is an 8B, which is super soft. Yeah, whenever you're transferring, whether you're using Sorel paper, graphite paper, anything, use a pen. Don't use a pencil. I learned that from one of Gary Jensen's videos from back in the day, when he was doing some leaf work and some transferring. And the theory was the tip gets worn out the more you do it, so you get fatter lines. And so when you use a pen, it always stays consistent, which is kind of true. Gary's in the house. So Gary, we talked about the beginning. This was the finished, all unmasked with the tusks coming through the border. Dark it up, a little added texture. We got it all signed, so this one's ready for you. So Manny has a home. And so let's see if we get a transfer. Now before you go too far, check it. And make sure you can see it before you draw the whole thing out and realize it didn't damn transfer. Which that would be embarrassing for me. Oh, look at that. Let's see if you can see that. See the line? So that's just the pencil line transferred through. So you don't need to buy Sorel. A 7 or 8B pencil, scratch from the back, rubbed out, good to go. That's all you need. So we're going to do that. I want to thank everyone for super chatting tonight. That has been amazing. And we're going from this image here. That's what we're using. And we have a bid going now. Use a red pen. Yeah, you can totally use a red pen. I use a blue one, but yes. I always find red pens don't write as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just the ink flow. Or just the ones I have. Like I said, I'm running solo tonight. Kaylee was under the weather today. Trying to keep her home from school. It's still funny as an adult. I feel like I'm committing fraud when I call the school, call my daughter out. And I think about that as a kid. How easy it would have been to just call yourself out. I'm like, yeah, I'm calling out Kaylee. She's not in school today. She's not feeling good. Okay. And that's it. You literally leave a message, and that's it. That's all you had to do as a kid. I mean, you'd eventually get caught, that you'd have a bunch of abscesses, but man, how easy it would have been. Not that I would have ever called myself out of school as a kid, because that would be wrong, Mom. In case my mom's watching. I don't know if my mom's watching. I know my brother was on. Yeah, she's getting a little better today. It's a fine line between keeping her out, because they have a half day tomorrow, and then they're off Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So half it's like, I want to force her to go to school, because she's going to be off. And, it's convenient that she's sick, when she's got a couple days off coming. But at the same time, I can tell when she's sick. And she was riding the horses last night, and I could just see it on her. And there's nothing worse when they're riding a 1,200-pound animal, and you can see they're not feeling good, and you can just watch them going, half in it. And yeah, that was last night. That's always a feat, which is why Crystal doesn't go to the barn much anymore. I go to the barn. I'm barn dad. Honey! Oh. Honey's got a big one too. Yay! Thank you, honey. I know the sound effects are kind of lame, but they're also fun. I think the key is going to be to change them up often enough so they don't get goofy. What we got on Facebook? Well, Gary's on 2 places. After one for a hand cut machine. So it depends, Mark. So I like hand cut and plotting. And if you follow me enough, you'll notice that my techniques don't really change, whether I'm hand cutting or plotting. So if I was to develop a plot file, I would pretty much put the lines exactly where I'm drawing them now and make a plot file if I was doing this multiple times. And this might be one I develop, because the Mammoth one is a mix of Frazettas and me, so I don't think I'll make a project out of it. This one, maybe I'll do a download for this one. So I will keep you all posted if I do that. I just didn't have time to do that today. It's just me and Kaylee this week. Crystal is in San Fran. This is the season for their big conferences out in San Francisco. So just me and Kaylee solo this week. So I am obviously limited and juggling the house, the dogs, the kid, the feed, and everything that goes with the business, which I'm not complaining. It's all part of it. Cool. See? You can see all the line work. And what I'm also going to do is, before I get too deep here, make you feel, oh, Scott. Let's see. I might need a harsher black, but we'll see how this works. Okay, now I can see where that is. Cool. And honestly, so here's the thing. If people ask me like the plot, do I like to hand cut, what do I like to do? This one here, for the most part, I'd probably want to freehand, not all of it. But I think I'll do a couple cuts before we go into full freehand. So let's just cut simple. Let's just cut for some of the broader shapes. So I want to cut here. I want to separate the back side of the jaw from the front. And again, wherever you see me cutting this, if I was making a plot file, the plot file is going to probably have the same pieces cut out of it, okay? And by keeping that in mind, for me, it doesn't matter whether I'm plotting or hand cutting. I get the same value, and my workflow stays the same. Which means when I'm going onto a job site, I can pre-plan pretty easy with never seeing a vehicle or the item in question, what I'm painting, and I can just go right to it with whichever technique I want. I can arrive and just print stuff out and cut it, or I can do this and just I can plot it out ahead of time. I've designed jobs on the way to a site before, and then just either had a plotter on site or went to a local shop that had a plotter and had them cut it for me. And I've never seen the vehicle before, painted it before, because the technique works. So see, now I can just, there's the back of the jaw, there's the front, it's all registered in. And now let's separate the back. And again, I'm always working, I'm trying to work background to foreground. Let's cut the nose out. Actually, watch, I'm going to cut two stages of the nose, which is this side of the nose, with the septum in the middle, and then this side. So we'll do it in two, and that way I get both sections. Okay. This is called destructive editing. I'm just cutting as I go. So, like I said, whether you have a plotter or not, the techniques don't change, and really shouldn't change, because the plotter should just aid in your technique, not become your total technique. It should just be part of it. And this is no different than someone creating a stencil for a project ahead of time, whether it's a portrait or whatever, or someone like reverse engineering a painting, getting you step by step. It's just giving you the registration you need. And the freehand purist can, I don't want to get demonetized to say what I'm going to say about freehand purist. You can freehand this all you want. I can freehand it all I want. I ain't going to do it in 2 hours. It'll probably take more like 3, maybe 4. So, the only difference is I'm just saving time. Because the end result, to my freehand purist friends, the end result will look the same, or should, and the customer is going to pay what that image completed is worth, no matter if it took you 6 hours freehand or 3.5 hours by doing paper cut technique. The customer doesn't care. So to my purist friends, there's some choice terms I could use for that. Anyone ever used to watch wrestling back in the day with D-Generation X? It was a term they used to use all the time. I won't say it, but I think those who used to watch D-Generation X know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm really dating myself, but I don't care. Oops, wrong one. This is over that. This side. Eric, that's also a big part of it. But they pay for what the value of it is. You know what I mean? The end result is a value associated with that piece and what they feel it's worth, what they're willing to pay for it. Now, I have clients that want complete one-off freehand, no stencil. They want to see the process, and they're willing to pay for it. And that's awesome. I have no problem doing it because that customer values it. But to the customer who doesn't value it, why does he care if I'm going to cut a paper template of my, for this case, my own drawing out? They don't care. They want a badass paint job. It's only other artists who tend to either try to belittle someone's process or like say bad things about they didn't do it this way or they didn't do it that way. And again, I don't care what they say. I've been doing this 30 some odd years. I can do it every different way, freehand, eyes closed, behind my back if I need to. But I will choose the most efficient way. And I like to teach you guys the most efficient way so you can do the same thing. And maybe make a living or at least a good side hustle out of it. Ta-da! Look at that. You can already kind of see everything in here. Hi, Mom. My mom is on. She's over on Facebook. Hold on. Let me go say hi to Mom. I'm going to switch over. And go here. Hi, Mom. Everyone say hi to Mom. That's Sue McKay over on Facebook. That's my mom's. My mom always loved I painted skulls. So now we're going to do a freehand. Actually, I wanted to talk about this a little bit because someone was talking about they couldn't do palm trees the other day. We were talking about it. And, you know, for me, palm trees, because I started doing t-shirts, you know, palm trees are super easy. Palm trees, for me, because I learned dagger strokes, was just, you know, you have the tree kind of coming up from the bottom. We do a little grass. You can do a little grass. Then you got the main palm fronds, and just you got really good at doing dagger strokes. And the reason I'm doing this, I'll show you one of the ways I got really good at doing dagger strokes. You know, that's kind of it's a little bit of a sad palm tree, but it's just dagger strokes. But I want to show you guys, I actually found this, I was cleaning up the studio. Where is it? I'll have to clean it up later. Sorry about that. All right, I had to go to the shop. I found this early when I was cleaning up stuff. So check this out. This is not one of the first, it's a very early piece. And let me go to camera 2. This is how I learned, or how I got proficient at doing daggers. I found an image I liked. I think I usually used a projector, or I forget how I did it, and transferred it onto the t-shirt. And did that. I did this shirt, man, I know I had the year somewhere. Oh, 2001, if you look at the date down here. This is McKay, 2001. So this is a 22-year-old shirt. And that is how I learned dagger strokes. Not how I learned it, but how I kind of started really perfecting it. Was finding an image I liked. This was a Juggernaut by Todd McFarlane. I know I did some Spider-Man ones as well. And just daggers to death by the time this was done. So you want to practice doing daggers? You get a shirt like this done, or something by a comic book, you're pretty much locked in by the time you're done with one. So yeah, that's a 20-year-old shirt. Yep. Pretty wild. I found it the other day cleaning up. Like you see, and this was done. So anyone who says they need a micron to do detail, these little lines here, these are done with a Pache VL3 at 80, probably 65 to 70 psi. That's what all this is done with. So you don't need a micron for micro lines. This is just done with a straight VL3 at high pressure at paint style. Actually, the paint was just straight out of the bottle. This is straight black Createx right out of the bottle back then. So a little break from the normal. Yep, but that was it. That's what helped the daggers. Then palm trees. Mark Crosby, the dozen roses worked great. Did about 30 and they all look great. Oh man, that's awesome. I'd love to see what that looks like, man. Definitely show that up and talk about it. That's awesome. I am so glad that worked. Let's see here. I'll go back. All right. Here on out, this is just freehand time. You know. I have a signed Cardell Hulk Hogan weight belt. Oh yeah, nice. So all this color is right now I'm using. This is, where's my unedited? I need my unedited guy. We're going to bring up the reference. There we go. Come on. There we go. So this is the unedited one so I can see what's happening. And we're going to just start. Yeah, I want to thin this out a bit more. Oh, and I was looking to get a new camera for this one here, this overlay shot, because I need to spend more money on tech. But I was, I had been unable to do certain things, and asking the question on some forums, basically I couldn't zoom in without a bunch of stuff coming up on screen. But now, because of a setting, now I can, which is awesome. Without a bunch of stuff, I can zoom in, zoom out, ooh, which is really, really cool. I'm trying to get a better lens so I can zoom in a little bit even tighter. Hey, Aussie Pete, what's going on? Thank you for popping in, sir. Would you be able to do a skull with candle burning and melting over the skull? Ah! It's a bit ambitious for a 2-hour feed, but I might be able to make that into a project. Or possibly a feed, we'll have to see. I like the idea. Sometimes I need to decide whether it's going to be a feed or if it's going to be something, a multi-part that I can turn into like a download down the road. So that's definitely a cool idea. Oh, yeah, 77 people over here tonight. It's awesome. Definitely, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and all that stuff. Like I said, we're going to try to keep this channel growing. Try to get the watch hours up. My goal really this year is to get them watch hours up. I want to hit at least 750,000 views, if not 1 million by the end of the year. I think we can do it. I know last year, I had one video last year that did 160,000 views in one video. So it's definitely possible to get to that 1 million by the end of the year. And if I hit that target, I got to come up with some type of goal that will do. And right now we have a bid on this at 150. If anyone is interested in going over that. And we got a lot of amazing super chats for everyone. Thank you very much, Honey and Calvin and Travis for the super chats. I almost did this on a Lumalore panel. I was thinking about it. Because I haven't done a Lumalore panel since I started doing these live feeds. Mainly because I know the day I do it, I got to spend a lot of times messing with the cameras to handle what it looks like on and off with the light. So I haven't done one yet. I have a bunch of panels prepped. And I just haven't done one yet. So that's coming as well. I got a lot of plans for 2023. I really like to get this feed and this whole program to be a good portion of my workflow during the week and just give you guys a lot of content and a lot of other stuff for me to work on. Marco, thank you for popping in over on Facebook. And then, so you think this was fun. Next week, I got to figure out how to do either Scratch, or John Leguizamo's character, the Sloth. So the Sloth, I'm thinking like kind of cartoony. I'm probably going to do a skull as well, but I'm thinking like half cartoon skull with goofy eyes. Almost like my derpy skull. I think would be kind of cool for him. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can always watch it back at the end. You can get caught up. I don't delete the videos afterwards. Videos are there. Brian Grubb, welcome. I love being able to actually watch Facebook now and this at the same time without having what's happened before. What was happening before was I would only see like a message, then they would just fade out, and then maybe I'm getting a Amazon Fire tablet. So now Facebook can stay live and I can see it. Just one of the things I've added to the channel. So we're an hour, just about an hour into the feed. I think we're doing all right time-wise. I want to see what this color. So, Mike, we haven't updated anything for the coming year, but I know I was talking to Dave prior to Christmas and the holidays, and we were going to regroup this month at some point and kind of figure out the schedules. So there will be something, I just don't have anything solid to tell you. You know, I don't want to use this brown. I don't want to use this brown tone. I'm going to mix up deep purple black really quick. So bear with me for a second. I want to mix it up now so I have it. So I'm going to do equal parts of the 4050, well 4053 high gloss. And deep purple with just a smidge black. Candy. And we'll let that kind of do its thing. So yeah, so I did UV Less Clear High Gloss, and then equal parts of deep purple with a little bit of black. Because I don't want to do that brown color. Alright, Willow's over. Sound is back on. Can you repeat everything you said in 49 minutes? How much you paying? Basically, I just painted a bunch of stuff. That's all, Dave. Yeah, I haven't watched the last. I think I watched the first 3, maybe 4 episodes of Willow, the new Willow, and I haven't watched the rest. So I gotta get back on that. Maybe this weekend. John Rogers, welcome, Mr. Rogers. He is over, Mr. Rogers, over on Facebook. Thank you for popping in. John Rogers, travel extraordinaire for anyone interested. Like I said, this is that kind of purple tone. I didn't want to do the brown. I did the brown last week. I'm just going to put this in soft. Some soft toning. Oh! You know what I didn't do? ADD brain. Remember when I cut, we're going to go way back to over 45 minutes ago, Dave, when I cut the nose socket, but I only did the right side of the septum. I didn't do the whole side, so I only did from the septum over to the right side of the skull. I didn't do this side of the skull, so I might as well do that now so I don't forget again. Take that out. The saber tooth always reminds me of Highlander with Kernigan, whatever they called him. Where you had that like the mask, the helmet on, which was awesome. I've been wanting to pre-print one of those because I need more hobbies. There we go. That's better. Now I know what that all is. I have a Can-Am. There's a lot of plastic house. Have you done much painting? Oh, I've done so much ABS plastic. Honestly, prepped right, ABS plastic's no different than aluminum or steel. Prep it right. If it's bare plastic, adhesion remote it, prime it, or seal it from there on up. It's just like painting anything else. For the Todds over on Facebook, how you doing? Thank you for popping in. Kurgan, thank you, honey. We'll have to watch that movie later. Alright, speaking of old movies and old stuff, now my brother Todd's over on Facebook. I introduced Kaylee last night to Stephen Wright, the old comedy special. I think I sent you the link to it. And she appreciated quite a bit of the humor that she got. Some of it was not timely, but... it's so funny to watch him back. Oh, Steve, Buckus, there might be a guy calling you. I gave a guy your info last week. A guy called me about some RC stuff. He's from kind of up this way. And it's not really, budget-wise what I do. And I sent him your way. So I'm not sure if he gave you a buzz. So keep an ear out. You're probably going to get someone calling you soon. If they already haven't. Dry humor at its best. Yeah, man. Do you ever use a flex? You know what? No, I don't use... So back in the day, older urethanes and lacquers, you had to use flex additive. The newer urethanes from House of Color and everything else, the flex additives are really built into the resins. There are stuff you can put in to aid in it, and that's usually more for like when you're assembling it. You could overstretch it, but I don't really use it anymore. It's not really... I don't find it necessary with modern paints. Considering the new House of Color, like the UCO1 Show Clear, I've known people have painted leather seats with it. You can flex it without cracking. So I don't really worry too much about it. And the ABS really isn't that flexible. Flex additive for me back in the day was more for like Camaro and Ferrari noses, because there was so much flex in those friggin' things that you needed it. Especially the Camaros. I don't want to speak ill of Camaros too much if Gary's in the house. Especially green ones. But the bumpers were so flexible that even if you use flex additive, it didn't matter. They cracked. So no, I don't bother. I don't really use flex additive. Just because the good products don't need it. I do recommend a good adhesion motor though. I prefer House of Colors AP01 adhesion motor for plastics. But there's Bulldog, there's a whole bunch of other ones in the market that they're all good. I like the way House of Colors works because it's for the most part a wet on wet versus Bulldog, which you have to wait quite a long time. You spray it, wait 20 minutes. You are welcome, sir. Yeah, man, Wright's comedy is just... this is awesome. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything on top of my head. But it's just so good. Okay, so this is the key right here. So, see how this looks kind of flat? The key to making the cheekbone or anything look radius is what I'm about to do. This is called a coarse shadow. And a coarse shadow is just like doing your shadow in Chrome. Is if you look at the side of the airbrush, see the coarse shadow, which is that darkest shadow? That darkest, trying to get a good angle on it. The darkest shadow goes right across, but if you look, because there's something underneath it, there's a line, and then it's also, it's bright, super bright, dark for the shadow, and then it's also, you can see right here, it's catching what's underneath it. So you got that core that runs right down the middle. So the key is not to run it off the very edge, it's to run just above the edge, and do a coarse shadow right here, and watch how that makes it radius. And by doing that, it starts to radius that. Calvin, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for all the support. It is much appreciated. Have a great night. And yeah, definitely watch the replay. We got 72 watching in the house. And we got Brian Horseman over on Facebook. Thank you for popping in, sir. I encourage anyone on the Facebook side, not that the stream is any better now, but Facebook, you know what's funny is I'm running the same camera system and the same everything. And on YouTube, it's not glitchy, it's smooth as anything. On Facebook, it seems to be glitchy and sputtery. It's just, it should not. It has nothing to do with my connection. It has everything to do with how what they do to the feed. Sorry, my glasses are dirty. Yeah, I can see. Alright. So I encourage everyone to go over to YouTube to Airbrush Down Dirty Tricks. Hello, Mr. Webb. Because it's just a better stream. It's just, that's why I don't put as much into Facebook anymore. Because it's always glitchy, and there's only 8 of you over there that have seen it. And there's 71, 72 over here on YouTube. So, it's really the same group of people. So I'm kind of working this all in the mid-tone. And then I can come back in and I can really darken this. I can darken it up, and then I can do all the final highlights. And, oh, you know what I need? You know what I need? Where's Gerald? Hey, Gerald. Gotta get some small textures over here. Kind of set the back of the skull up. What's happening, Eric? Thanks for popping in. And I think I'm going to give him maybe a glowing, like, red eye or something like that at the end. Details! I need Gerald. Where's Gerald? I need some Gerald in my life. Steve, when are we doing the fireside chat, man? We got to work that out. If you're not coming back this way, I think I figured a way that I can use this side-by-side cam and maybe bring you in on this one through like a Zoom call through my phone, and we could do your fireside chat and mine. I think we may be able to do something like that. I think that'd be fun. Unless you're coming up this way soon, and then we're going to do it live. Awesome, man. Get that Lumalure shit done. I want to see what that bike looks like, man. It's going to be awesome. You're killing it. I'm glad I could help you get going on it. For those who are altered, Ego is Shane Quick, and Shane is doing his first Lumalure project on his own bike, and he's killing it. I'm giving him a little assistance along the way. But he knows how to spray. He's all good. He knows what he's doing. For those of you who've never sprayed it, Lumalure is easy, man. It's just if you know how to lay paint well and just follow directions, Lumalure's not a problem. Just don't overthink it. All right, I'm going to darken this back part of the bottom jaw so it's darker, so it pushes it back in the foreground. Everything's about foreground and background. So this part of the jaw should be brighter, maintain brightness, whereas the back side of the jaw, which is the other angle, is further in the background, should be darker. Okay, that's key. Mark, exactly, yeah. Go to YouTube. Look, Facebook's fine, but the problem is the algorithms don't share well anymore, and you know people don't see what they could be seeing at the quality they could see it at. Like, shit, right now I don't know. On my view, my Facebook's frozen, so I don't know if that's really happening or not. Okay, yeah, it's weird. Like, okay, it's back, but like when I'm looking, because I have them both side by side, and like, man, Facebook just looks glitchy. It just looks like it's like looks like I'm playing in Mario Brothers, and not the newer one. I don't know. You know, I should figure out a color. There should be maybe a color glow around this. Maybe it should just be a white glow. Probably can't really add in a color glow at this point in the game. You know, it's not frozen. It's just jittery. Ken Sellards, welcome to the party. Chris is going to switch over to YouTube. Yeah, you'll notice. Chris, go to YouTube and see, which is Airbrush Down Dirty Tricks, and you tell me, honestly, is there a noticeable difference, or is it just how I'm seeing it? I'd love to know. Alright, I'm going to be predictive here. But I want to get a little something something. So what do? We're going a little something something. We can do a little bit of my swirly swirl template. It just adds so much. At least I think so. Yeah, do you know, Mark, do you notice a significant difference And it's funny, this was coming out of the same switcher, the same exact broadcast to the same computer. And there's no reason they should bog. We're hardwired with a gig speed per second connection. So either they should both be tanking, or neither should be tanking. And this is all hardware encoded. The computer is doing nothing. As far as the computer and Facebook are concerned, this is a webcam. Everything's being encoded on a hardware system. And that's kind of how this system works. Yeah, but Carl, it's just like gaming, it's designed to handle it. It's just the way they do it, and it's funny because like most people use like OBS and stuff, and they got a software stream it. This system here, this whole switcher system I'm using, everything here, it's all streamlined and encoded and compressed here perfectly. So as far as Facebook is concerned, it's just a nice, easy webcam stream. It's funny. Yeah, it's probably the bandwidth to just. I used to get a lot more stable on Facebook when I was using my Thinnia Graphics business page versus the personal. And that could be some of it. Or the fact I'm just not paying for it. I don't know. It is what it is. Daniel, thank you. Yep. Yeah, man, I love this switcher. And this is the big boy. This is the Extreme Pro ISO. And it's just a beast. 8 cameras, all recording at the same time. And that's the other thing. I'm recording this, but it's recording to an individual hard drive with not even touching the computer. Is that Michelle? Yay! Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Little Miss is under the weather this evening. Wore herself out studying for a history exam. So she did like an all-nighter and slept like 2 hours, and then I told her that wasn't going to go well. So she beat herself up, so she's not feeling good. For those who are just joining, we're at an hour and 14 minutes of the feed. We got a bunch of awesome super chats I want to thank everyone for. And we have a bid of 150 on this piece. So it's pretty awesome. Yes, I use my finger as a stencil sometimes. I use that for washing gear. Gear Duran paint, gearbox. Anything can be a stencil or an edge. What did you use to prep the panel? White over white sealer? No, so this was a black panel, actually. This was a black panel. This is an Alumacor panel, and I can show you the back side. And it's a black enamel-coated panel. And it's been scuffed with a red Scotch-Brite and then taped off, and then we just painted directly onto it. Oh, we got Dave up in the bid. All right, we got Dave up in the bid. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? There we go. Cheesy, I know, but I like it. Well, we can do the really old school stuff. Like I said, we got flybys. Thank you, Dave. So much better with sound. I think I did screw up this micron earlier. I dropped it, and I thought I just bent the needle. But I think I may have messed up the nozzle cap. Ruh-roh. It's still panning, but it's not panning like it should. And I don't think... Let's see. A handy dandy Iwata magnifier. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's like a channel to the left side of the air cap. You can't see it on screen, but I can see it when I look through this. So I just ran a little funky. Let's see if the nozzle's correct. Needle's good. Nozzle looks good on that side. A little minor flare to the nozzle. Yeah, micron's got boo-boos. That's minor. Yeah, it's like just my air cap. Just the air cap on the end's got a little. If you look at it really close, there's like a notch in it. It's just making it spray a little off kilter. That'll be fine. It's fine. Oh, let's see. Here's it. Wait. Oh yeah, this is a good use the butthead one. Sound effect for the nozzle. Womp womp. I need a bump bump bump. Like Price is Right. Yeah, so the Facebook feed it's just Facebook's bandwidth. You know, it's just how they do it because my YouTube stream is solid. Like I said, the computer and the network doesn't have to do anything because my hardware does all the heavy lifting. And I keep telling some of my fellow painters, stop relying on Facebook just because it is so limited. It's just being fisheye filter. Hey, Kenny. Kenny's here. We gotta do a little shameless plug. The man, the myth, the legend, fisheye filter, Kenny. Thank you for all your support. Everyone, let's get a big round of applause for Kenny. Kenny was actually one of the first sponsors to really step up to the plate and help this channel out. And I'm forever grateful to Kenny and his awesome badass product. Hope all is well with you, Kenny, and the family. One of these days we're going to get Kenny up here. Next time Kenny's going to run up this way. Or you and your dad, you're going to come up and hang out for the day and do a feed. I think this is Kenny the first time you've been on the feed since the new year, so Happy New Year. We got Tyler Carnes, Lugo Art, Colin. We got some people finally coming on Facebook. Maybe Facebook hears me bitching and starts like sharing it. I shouldn't talk too much shit because they'll probably ban me on Facebook for 30 days for like questioning their how their system works. Just say I'm giving false information. What? Lisa Presley? No. What just happened? Yeah, Shine. You can't go wrong with fisheye filters. I have them on all my spray guns and my small airbrush compressors. Can't go wrong. Yeah, Lisa Presley was hot. She seemed cool. Definitely made some bad decisions. Michael Jackson, Nick Cage. Or is that the mother? I might be fixing. Oh, let me get some more. Tyler, I'm doing very well, thank you, sir. It was a daughter. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I mixed. Yeah, the daughter was the one that was married to Michael Jackson, and then also Nicolas Cage, if I'm correct. I was fortunate enough to party a few times up in the Elvis Suite in Las Vegas at his old hotel room at the Hilton. Very cool place. A lot of bathrooms, so like 26 bathrooms or something like that. I forget the number. Oh, that's what I should do. I just remembered I can add a moderator on YouTube when Kaylee's not here. I might have to pick one of you guys to help out some nights when Kaylee's too busy or not feeling well to help me moderate this stuff. Yeah, pick of the week for a moderator, that could be fun. Like I said, Kaylee can't do every week, and she's in a junior year of high school, so that's busy times for her. Got to start doing all the college tours this year. And of course, she's wicked smart, so it means she's gonna be wicked expensive. Sorry, she can take care of her old, broke artist, old man when she's older. So since this is from Ice Age, again, so Manny was the mammoth. What was the saber-tooth's name? Which I know is Dennis Leary was the actor. Oh, we gotta get rid of Kenny. Sorry, Kenny. Can't be up there the whole feed. Oops. That was the wrong button. That was the fade to black button. What ratio are you using on a black outline? As far as paint mix ratio, I thin it till it works, man. I talk about paint ratios very loosely. So I start, in this case, this is all candy. So there's actually like almost no reducer in it. It's just the candy concentrate mixed into the 4053 UVLS at like 1:1. And then maybe a little reducer here and there, but until I'm happy with it. So I tweak the air pressure a lot. So it's not really a definitive. And there really isn't a definitive. There we go. Rick Smith over on Facebook. I'm not having Metallica on my feed. I don't even want to say the word. I'm gonna get demonetized just by mentioning Metallica. And I know sure as hell if I play the soundbite, I'm demonetized in a second. And if you get three, like, I think it's 3 demonetizations, I'll lose it permanently, or at least for a long time, so I ain't messing around with it. Not that it's like a big part of my income, but it's still income. Income's income, guys. Yeah, man. Like, I wish I had a better term for it, but I don't, basically, I start with manufacturer recommendation, which is like 5 to 10% max. 5 to 10% average, and then I tweak from there. Because each airbrush is different. I'm running microns and eclipses, so. He ain't coming for me because I didn't say his shit. I ain't using nothing. No Metallica sayings, no music, no beats. None of it. Alright, so I think we're kind of good. Alright, so now we got that purple. It's black and purple mix, which candy purple is kind of that tone anyway. And I just want to get a little bit, just to have the white pop off of. And I can do it a little bit more out here. Start wrapping this up. It's 9:30. Half an hour to go. Not that it's like timed, but I like to keep it on 2 hours. First, I gotta go check on the kid. Check in with Crystal. I haven't talked to her in for 2 days. She's in San Fran, like I said, at a conference. The pouring rain. Almost a time tunnel background. Yeah, I kind of like that. What I miss. So Dave, you're still the high bidder at 175, unless someone wants to dethrone you. But to dethrone Dave, you're gonna have to come up more than 20 because he already did $20 in the super chat. I usually, if you're bidding and super chatting, I usually try to combine them as what you're paying for the painting if you win it. So I like to give you credit for it. Cool. Napster. Alright, now let's see if we can do some highlighting. Yeah, I get that tooth to come up. How do you pick up a girl in Maine? What's a good pickup line? What do you say? Nice tooth. Hey, my wife just popped on. Hi, honey. I was just talking about you. I hadn't talked to you since yesterday. You were busy. Mwah. Thank you for popping in. Hope the conference is going well out there. Say hi to everyone that I know, which I know is only like 2 people. Oh, did we ever get the name of the saber tooth from saber tooth from Ice Age? Because that's who this is based off of. Thank you for popping in, honey. Love you, miss you, see you when you get home. Warlock just popped in. How's it going, man? Welcome. I do need him on. Thanks, hon. Behave tonight. Have fun. I'll be done in about a half. If you want to check in later. Well, you can check in with Kaylee. She's downstairs. No, Scrat is a little squirrel. I forget the saber tooth. You don't often get to see Crystal on here, but she lurks in the background most weeks. Seeing me paint is really nothing new. Oh, it might be Diego. I think you might be right. It was funny because Crystal's in San Diego. No, San Francisco, not San Diego. Let's get back to the highlighting and start wrapping this puppy up. And finish this up. Checking these teeth. I wonder where Steve is. That's what my grandson says. He's probably right. Probably Diego. Diego's probably right. I can name that tune at 5 PSI. You're waking the twins up. Yeah, card bid is at 175. Plus a $20 super chat, so he's really at like 195. Thanks, Kenny. Oh, the mean fish. Yeah, that'd be cool. I should do him. I should do a version of him for a Kenny for fisheye filter. Is my wife leaving? Bye, honey. Love you. Catch you later. Make these teeth brighter. Gotta really push them to the foreground. Here, good wrist. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for the super chat. It is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like the little, is that a fox? That's cool. I like that little guy. I gotta draw up, once I do the whole membership thing, I want to do up a bunch of members only little icons and stuff that you can do. With all my spare time, that's on my list of things to do. Or if anyone knows how to do that stuff, I'd be happy to hire or trade some services for some icon work. Or some music work, or any ways to improve the channel. I'm looking to work with some people and partner. So this is the illustration opaque white, not the wicked opaque white, Aussie. So the illustration opaque's a little less, it's still opaque, but I have a little bit more control over it. Whereas the wicked's a little, for me, I wouldn't use this stage, it's too strong. And it's one of those, if you get it thin enough, then it kind of breaks. It doesn't really work as well. So I use the illustration opaque usually at the beginning. I mean, the regular wicked opaque at the beginning of a piece. I need a cheering crowd. Only Mike can say. Oh, I can find one of those, or I can just record you saying it, Michelle, and then put you in it. You know, just like this, we could do. But it'll say, fuck! Like that. So right here, it's like, see how I highlight right here? This puts this part of the jaw over this one. It kind of gives that twist, that roll. Thank you, Richard. Much appreciated. Let's highlight the jawbone here. I want to thank everyone for the super chats tonight. They've been huge. And every week, man, the super chats have been almost equal to what the paintings auctioned for. Between everyone, that's super helpful. It really keeps me wanting to keep doing it week to week and not slacking off. So these feeds are about, these 2-hour feeds are about they're anyway from a 4 to 7 hour project between the feed and doing it live, for the 2 hours. There's a lot of setup that goes into it. So all the super chats, whether it's $1 to $50 or $100, it's so appreciated, and it just goes back into the equipment. Like I said, now I can, like, I've learned I can do this now. But I get a little blurry with that. I'm going to try something. Hold, please. Cameras. Always so much to do. My FM morning show. Yeah. No, I gotta start doing a morning show too. I gotta start prepping that too I gotta start getting all my UK friends on their schedule. I gotta pick another day to do like a little feed. And get some more people. Gotta keep growing this thing. The Kraken is the mystical squid, like, yep. Done Krakens before. Actually, what I found the other day, speaking of Krakens, this was the Kraken. This was, actually, I never finished it, and I gotta find a week to do that. Hold on. One of the first live feeds I started was a Kraken from what's it called? Clash of the Titans. And I never finished it. It's here somewhere. Speaking of Krakens, yeah. One of my first live feeds, and I never finished it. Oh, I should finish that one of these times. It was like a variation of the Kraken from Clash of the Titans. Maybe we'll have to finish that up. One of these feeds. Phil de Kraken. Oh, I'm not going there. Not going there, Steve Leahy. Steve, you missed Crystal. Crystal just popped on from San Francisco. You missed her. She's going to be so disappointed in you. You know I am. She loves you too. We should get Kaylee to pop in. I'm going to text Kaylee that she should pop into the feed and say hi to everyone. Let me just text her, see if she might be asleep, but. It's a pretty cool piece for 2 hours of painting. This wasn't too bad. I kind of knew what I was painting, so I think I started this around 5 o'clock. I think is when I started getting the image set up and drawn and like sketched out and worked out. And prior to that, I got the cameras ready and all that stuff. And I've been trying each week for the first time in a long time to clean these airbrushes after each feed. And I've done it both the past 3 feeds. As soon as the feed's done, I've cleaned out the airbrushes. It's been a lot easier. Okay, so we gotta get a color. I gotta pick a color for around this outer edge. What are we gonna do? For the outer edge. Dragons look up, ask a ninja on YouTube. Dude is funny, his video on Pirates of the Caribbean cracks me up. I'll have to do that. Pink. Warlock says green. Oh, actually, so what's the high bidder say? Dave right now is the high bidder at 175. So it might be only fair that he's picking Oh, joke was Phil McCracken. He's a spackle. Exactly, honey. Dave, what do you want for a color? You're the high bid. Someone's going to dethrone you right now. Either Dave picks or the next highest bid picks the pinstripe color. Oh, 10-minute warning, yep. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. Well, you're the high bidder at this moment, so what's your color? What do you want? Someone have to dethrone you before I pick the color, or they lose the right anyway. You pick it. Fan of blue. Alright, buddy. We're going to do blue. Alright, let's do blue. Let's get Go over. Blue is the final decision. Let's see here. Pick dark blue. I think ultramarine blue. Ultramarine blue is a good one. Let's put the stripe on this thing, sign it, and put this puppy to bed. Okay, so first, I gotta, where the stripe stops. It's not gonna be there. All right. Let's give it a fairly wide stripe, like an 1/8 inch. Nice and thick. Like an 1/8 inch stripe. Yeah, that purple tone it'll really pull off nicely. I'm gonna call this a night. I'm gonna go watch some stupid TV shows. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Next week, I gotta get back to like reality work. Like actual customer stuff. I got bikes to do, I got a truck to go, I got a van to go do. A van's just a touch up, but nevertheless, I gotta go down to Boston to do it. Get back into the normal swing of things. Oh, this is your first piece, Dave? That's awesome. Well, let's just say no one's bid now. We're going to close the bidding. Bidding's over. Dave, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much for the bid. This sucker's yours. Send me your details. Shipping is free as long as it's inside the U.S. If not, we'll work that out. I forget where you're out of. Sorry. Warlock, thank you. Hey, that wasn't cool. Hecky. There we go. Dude, I don't know what just happened with my head. The theme song to Grease just got into my damn head. And I don't know how that happened. It's just random and stupid. Okay, three-headed dog skeleton. Oh, that'd be a cool one to do. But like I said, next week we might do the sloth. If I could figure out a cool way to make like I think a sloth skull with googly cross-eyes, I think that'll be fun. If I can make that happen. Oh. Sorry for the pops. Just put a little white down first. We're going to even that out. Sid, yes. He is as cool as the penguins. Because what do the penguins say? It's how I live my life by. When shit hits the fan. You smile and wave. I blame everything on the bourbon. No, dude, it's not happening. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna offend someone. Definitely not talking like John Leguizamo. I can't talk about lisp either, because it'll bring my real lisp and my stuttering back. For those who don't know, thought you do, you've been in my class, I've talked about it. But when I grew up as a kid, those who knew me growing up, I stuttered 90% of the words I would speak in a sentence, probably till about 3rd or 4th grade. Like 5 years of speech therapy. Get rid of the stutter. It's still there. I know it's there. I can hear it. I know where it comes in, goes, where I hide from it. Let's see. Ah, come on. I need a smoother carpet so I can roll my chair across. Oh, what's Christmas? So Dave, you can hit me up on Facebook after. Yeah, I use PayPal typically, or whatever other method you're comfortable with. We can work it out. So if you want to message me on Facebook, or you can do scott@thinairgraphics.com is my email. I'm sure you got me on Facebook or Instagram. Just message me afterwards. We'll get it all sorted. And then you just have to wait till I clear and polish all these things. I got a whole stack. I got to get to them. I was hoping to get them to them this week, and I didn't. So, KB and Gary and everyone's waiting for their panels. Almost ready. I usually try to go into the booth all at once with all these, so like I can fill an entire table up in clear. Do not send me small animals. Send Steve small animals, videotape it, and I'll give you the painting for free. How about that, Steve? Oh, I like the blue pinstripe. We just drop shadow that pinstripe. We'll sign this puppy, and we're gonna call it done. Send Steve chickens. No, chickens are. You can do fun things. You can like get chickens can like feed you and stuff. You gotta send them like bunnies and mice because they don't supply really anything well for you. And drop shadow the pinstripe there. Drop shadow the pinstripe here. Make it look like it's going over. Create that illusion. Yeah, that works. I'm going to sign this puppy. Oh, and I just spilled candy everywhere. Ah, God damn it. Oh, sorry. I don't want to offend anyone. Just spilled a whole container. I love these things. These are the Posca markers. You want to get like paint markers to like draw stuff. These are the best. Cool. Second painting of 2023. 2023. And that, my friends, concludes this Thursday night live feed. I want to thank everyone for popping in, everyone for super chatting, for hanging out, for sharing, for liking, and all the fun stuff. I had 70 in here all night, was pretty much the average. That's awesome. Keep subscribing, sharing, and message me ideas, things you want to see this year. I got to get some tech worked in. I think the tech is going to be probably during the daytime. We're going to do some Adobe Illustrator stuff and some membership stuff. And get everyone subscribed, sign up for notifications. And I will see you all next week. Same time, same channel. Thank you to everyone. And we're going to play this outro out and go from there. Have a good one.